Welcome. We are ending out What's Cool in School Season 2, exploring some of the younger grades here in the Rutherford County area. We're starting off with learning about STEM here at Smyrna Elementary School. Then we're heading over to talk arts at Thurman Francis Arts Academy. And then we'll end out today at Christiana Middle School to see what's happening there in those classrooms. We have a lot in store for you on our show, What's Cool in School. We'll be right back. As we're exploring some of our younger grades today, we're starting here at Smyrna Elementary School, and how exciting all the things they have going on. Talking to us about STEM, we have the principal, we have Vanessa Ritter with us. We also have STEM coach, Lachelle Leonard. Ladies, thanks for your time.
Hey, thank you for coming. Oh my goodness, this is awesome.
This is amazing what you have here. Again, we've talked STEM with our high schools, but here in the Rutherford County area, Smyrna Elementary School received that STEM designation in 2022. My first question is, what does that mean to you as a school? What was that like for you guys to get that designation?
Super exciting. It also came with some state funding, so that
Always
was
nice.
great for us. But for really our students, it is walking through a mindset here at Smyrna Elementary. It's a problem-solving mindset. So whether they're in literacy, they're in related arts, math, it's always talking about that engineering design process and focusing on problem solving.
As a coach, like, where do you start? Does this start in their elementary grade or first grade? And then how does that start for them?
This is for all pre-K. Even we do little things in pre-K within our related arts program to 5th grade. And over the course of, if they come here as kindergarten and they end at 5th grade, they're going to be exposed to about 24 careers. So it's all throughout, because every single 9 weeks, they focus on something different. It's a different content, it's a different problem they have to solve. So it's all K-5.
And it's wrapped around our literacy curriculum.
Okay.
So every module they have in our EL curriculum, that also connects with science and what they're doing in science.
Okay. Do the students understand? I mean, they are so young. Do they understand that it's part of STEM, the science, technology, math? I mean, do they understand all of that?
Absolutely.
Oh, I believe so.
Yes.
For sure. They're excited. They love to learn. And when they realize, oh, it's STEM time, they're like, okay, what are we building, or what are we making, or what are we what are we solving right now? So they are really excited. They love to learn.
They're exposed to so much, including engineering. And look at what we have. We have a fun wall behind us with pictures. What are we seeing here?
You're seeing students that are asking questions, experimenting, problem solving, and then taking away what they learn. Whether
Exploring.
it's with technology, whether they're actually building something here, or they're exploring through mixtures.
Very nice. Okay, you walked us through some of the classrooms. So we've seen 1st grade, we've seen 4th grade, and 5th grade. Can you tell us what we're seeing in these classrooms?
Well, I'm confident you're seeing a lot of learning and a lot of excitement. The kids, even what we have seen in the kind of the momentum or the building into STEM is, whether it is the ELA or it is math, they're understanding why they're learning what they're learning. It's not just about writing a narrative and just solving a problem, 2 times 2, or it's a reason why. There's a problem that we have to solve. And they're excited about that because they understand, oh, I really need to know how to do this.
Right. Well, you walked us to the 5th grade classroom first. So they're able to start, then stop, ask questions, and rewrite. Is that right?
It usually starts even with a question.
Okay.
That's right.
And then they walk through the process of writing, revising, just like in the engineering design process. When we talk about improving, they're talking about how are we improving our writing.
Okay. And then we made a visit to the 4th grade classroom, and
did.
we're in the part of doing math at the time.
Which I do not know 4th grade math. I'm just going to say that right away. So for them, they're multiplying, I think, 2 digits. But what's amazing is just to see how they take that real world problem again, and I have to solve it. I think that's what just lights me up. Just even though I may not understand, we have a math coach that understands, but just being able to see those kids say, okay, I can get this, and I can, even though I fail and I may not get it right the first time, I'm going to continue improving and get it right.
And there's so many strategies and ways they bring to solving those problems, and we embrace all of those.
That is beautiful. So I know, Lachelle, you've been part of the school for 6 years now, or you've been the coach for 6 years.
one of them.
one of
We
them.
have 3 right now.
Okay.
Correct.
Who had the idea to pursue this designation?
The two of
Two of
us
us.
together.
Okay.
We really did.
And a lot of the teachers had involvement too. But what we really started, the idea came from, we had low literacy scores.
That's right.
And it was really, why are those scores low? So it didn't start with science. It started with literacy, and we said, what is the why? And it was because really what experiences our students, we call it their backpack of knowledge, what experiences they come in with, and then also vocabulary. And we said, how are we going to build that? Well, if they don't experience it, we can't grow their vocabulary because they don't know what they're reading about. They can't connect to something. So also part of this whole process, every field trip they take is connected to our
Their
STEM
problem.
curriculum
That's right.
and their problem that they're working on every 9 weeks.
Smyrna Elementary School is a model school for others. Have you had other elementary schools reach out?
Absolutely,
Yes.
a lot.
And we love it. We love them coming in.
So we have lots of other schools that come and tour our building. They walk the structure. They look at maybe clubs. They're looking at classrooms, what we're doing. And then they also get to sit and meet with our teachers and really talk about that. We can talk about all the shiny stuff, but there's challenges. It's
Absolutely.
hard work.
Sure.
And so our teachers can be real about how hard that is, and some of those challenges, and help other schools work through that. Community also comes through at the same
yes,
time. So our
yes.
community partners also join us on those school tours, so they can know if they're going to help be part of our PBLs, or if they're going to invest money, they know what they're investing in.
That's right.
And I love that you have it showcased in your hallways too. We did look
do.
at a couple of tables. What table do we have that we, so I'm thinking this is the 3rd grade hallway.
That is correct.
Okay.
It is.
And so right now, part of their literacy curriculum is about animal adaptations and frogs, and so that's what you see, frogs
Yes.
and things everywhere.
And then in science, they're talking about life cycles. So it's amazing the connection that the kids can go from ELA lesson all the way to a science lesson. Oh, we just talked about this in ELA. Now we're able to, really work with it in science.
Where do you hope this school will go, or this elementary school will go? What's in the future for you guys?
Big things.
She has big
words.
ideas,
So,
big dreams. Yes,
When
big
we really
dreams.
think
have
about
big
what
dreams.
we want, it is really making our campus full of things that give them hands-on experiences. So for right now, we're working on a greenhouse.
Yes.
Yes. So a greenhouse that we are growing vegetables, growing flowers,
Yes.
and we're sharing and building that out into the community. So that is our closest goal, but then we talked to Dr. Sullivan yesterday about, we also want a Smyrna Elementary farm, and there's a barn right behind us.
Yes, we need a barn.
Please have us back when you get all this done.
Absolutely.
I wanted
Absolutely.
to highlight something else. We have 4 of the 4 students kind of following us around today. They're
Yes.
part of your social media team.
Absolutely.
A 5th grader and 3 of the 4th graders. Talk to us about that social media team.
So this is, and actually we have Beelin here from Rutherford County Schools, and she has worked with our team too. But when we talk about after school clubs, how can we give them real world experiences there too? And this social media team is learning to take pictures and videos of what's happening in our building. And last year, our team put together a video representing our school with Miss Ragland,
Who we are.
who is Smyrna Elementary,
It was
and
great.
they were actually giving their pictures and stuff and learning what does it look like when we put all this together as a video to represent our school.
Our clubs are very important. We have a garden club, we have nature ranger club, we have a weather club, we have choir. I could go on. We have several more. So we're started a very first girls STEM club.
Love
only
it.
for girls. So that's exciting, and they're loving it already. So
I bet they do, without a doubt. It just amazes me how far elementary schools have come since we were in
Yes,
elementary school, and
yes.
how lucky these students are to have teachers and educators and leaders here wanting them to be able to explore all possibilities.
Yes.
Ladies, thank you so very much for your time, for sharing all of the cool that's here at
thank
Smyrna
you
Elementary
for coming.
School.
We are cool.
Very cool.
In school here at Smyrna Elementary, we want to thank STEM coach Lachelle Leonard. We also want to thank the principal, Vanessa Ritter. Ladies, I just very much appreciate your time. And also,
you.
girls, thank you
Yes,
for
our social
following and
media.
following us as we've done our journey through your school. We have more to explore. We'll be right back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee, and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
Welcome back to What's Cool in School. We are thrilled to be at Thurman Francis Arts Academy, a school that's been recognized by U.S. News and World Report as the best elementary school in Tennessee, #2 for the middle school here. I am delighted to introduce you to the assistant principal. We have Janelle Gerke, as well as the arts department lead, Heather Reedy. Ladies, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
It's so exciting to come into a school like this, any of our schools, to see what's happening there. To hear that you're #1, what does that do for the morale and for the kind of mentality for your teachers?
Well, we have such a wonderful program here that we love sharing with all of Rutherford County. And so it's such a great way to validate what we do here. Our teachers work so hard, our students work so hard, our families are so supportive. So it's really just a great recognition for the whole community.
For your schools, elementary and middle, it's academic excellence with an emphasis on the arts, is that correct?
Yeah.
What
Our
does that
mission
mean?
is academic excellence enriched by the arts.
Enriched by the arts.
Yes.
What does that mean? How do you work that here in your classes?
So we are an academic magnet school. So #1, our focus is on the academics, the rigor. Our students work at a much faster pace. We're really striving for those higher order thinking skills that will benefit them now and in the future. But then, as much as we can, we incorporate the arts into our program. So the teachers will do that in their classrooms, but then we have an amazing related arts faculty, and I'll let Ms. Reedy share about that because our students are exposed to so many opportunities here.
I'm curious.
Absolutely. So the creativity that you get in arts and STEM and STEAM and all of those things really just get that brain, moving to be so rigorous in the classroom. And our students here start with the arts at kindergarten. And so they are rotating from kindergarten through 5th grade through 7 main of our arts departments. And those are going to be computer science, they're going to be visual arts, they are going to be music, PE, dance, and then we also have a theater program as they start in kindergarten. Work their way through 5th grade, and then all of that growth that they get in the arts department in those first 6 years really lead them into middle school to be able to kind of hone in on a specific art or a specific STEAM area that they felt really passionate about as a child.
What if you have a student that's kind of talented in multiple areas? Can they pick maybe a dual look at their classes? How does that work for that student?
Yeah, once they get to middle school, they have an opportunity every year to pick 4 different elective classes.
Oh, that's great.
So if there was something that they really enjoyed, maybe they found that passion for dance, then they can choose that for one of their electives when they're in middle school. And they get to focus on it every day for an entire semester. So then they take that and go into our Artist in Action programs.
Yep, absolutely. So once a quarter, we take all of our arts programs and they perform for the school because not only is performance good for the arts, but getting up in front of people and having that confidence is good for lifelong careers. And they're getting up once a quarter, performing in front of the entire school, everything that they've been working on in those arts departments. Yeah.
Do you do outside of school competitions?
We do some competitions. We have outside of school robotics competitions. We're also very strong in our athletics department. We have all sorts of sports, but then we also have arts offerings after schools, like coding clubs. We have a full dance program after school. We have a strings orchestra. We also have a band. So we kind of round that student through academics and any arts we could think of.
Here in Rutherford County, how does a student become a part of Thurman Francis?
We do have an application process.
Okay.
And so in the fall, coming up here in a couple weeks on November 18th, we'll have our Magnet Information Night. So we begin with that, let everyone come in, see our school, hear about our program. And then the application process opens on December 1st. And then through that, they will complete the application. We'll reach out to them. They come in for a screening. And so they go through that application process.
Very nice. Where do your middle schoolers go after this? Because again, you just have the elementary and the middle school, not a high school for Thurman Francis.
Correct. Most of ours will try to go to Central Magnet just to carry on through the Magnet program. But Rutherford County has so many great high school programs. So a lot of ours will go to Oakland for the International Baccalaureate or to Blackman for the Collegiate Academy. We are zoned, our kids are from all over the county. So we have students that pretty much go to every high school, but some will seek out some of those more advanced opportunities.
Yeah. And some of them are seeking out some of the high schools with strong arts programs as well, because that's something that they are wanting to focus on, especially in high school with theater departments, because our middle schoolers put on an entire theater production every year as well. So they may veer those ways.
What are they working on for this year? I'm curious.
I believe our middle school is doing Into the Woods this year. And our incredible theater teacher is also going to be putting on an elementary type show, like a showcase later in the year. So our younger ones also get to be involved as well.
Yes.
How can we follow what's happening at Thurman Francis Arts Academy?
Well, we are definitely, we have our website, we have, Twitter and Instagram, yes. We do publicize locally through our Class Dojo page as well, so people keep up to date with that.
Absolutely. And our Artist in Action program is open for anyone to sign up and get to come and get to be a part of that and watch and cheer on our students and everything they're doing.
Is there anything that has not been asked that you want to make sure that we walk away knowing?
Just, we love our school.
Absolutely.
Our teachers love what they do here, and the students just shine. They walk down the hallway, they dance through the hallway.
They do.
It's a great community.
Yeah.
So we would love anyone to come join us, especially if the arts is something that they are drawn to. We'd love to have them.
Yeah.
I see your cheer shirt there. Do
Yeah.
you have a lot of teachers or educators that wear dual hats here at the school?
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, many people are, like I said, running those after-school arts programs, but we have many of our teachers that are coaching all of our sports, running robotics, and then we're also running just other smaller clubs. We've got chess clubs, we've got a kindness club, we have, beta, we have all these other things that the kids are able to get involved with and learn leadership skills and teamwork and things like that.
What's a kindness club?
They are just kind of working to spread kindness through the building. Sometimes they're just putting signs on teachers' doors, giving little treats. They've created a buddy bench at recess, things like that. So they're really just kind of promoting inclusion and acceptance and kindness all around.
Adults, maybe we could take something from these students and create something out in our communities. This
Yeah.
is amazing what you have here. Thank you for sharing
you.
it with us. I feel like you want to share
Well,
something else.
Just also too, we really are building on that heart of excellence. That's what we strive for here. So we just, anything we can to make that well-rounded child and draw that excellence is what
Our
we're
future
for.
is coming out of here, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I get the sense that you guys are very proud of these students.
We are.
Proud here at Thurman Francis Arts Academy. We want to thank Assistant Principal Janelle Gerke, as well as the Arts Department lead, Heather Reedy. Thank you so very much for your time and for sharing this with us. We're still exploring some schools here in Rutherford County. Stick with us. We're back at Christiana Middle School when we return.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
You're seeing the signs too, right? What signs?
Welcome back. We've made our way over to Christiana Middle School, and we're so happy to be here to highlight their STEAM designation that they received in 2023. What does that mean for the students here? We're getting ready to learn all of that. We have Claire Kaplan, who is over their STEM. We have Stephanie Jones, who is over their STEAM for the students. First off, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is a K through 8 school. Where do the students start? Not K through 8, 6 through 8. This is a 6th through 8th grade middle school, obviously being middle school. Where do they start in 6th grade with what they're learning?
So we tie all of our STEAM projects with what they're learning in all of their classes, especially their science classes. They do anything from engineering, water, aqueducts, to water filtration, to bridges. And then in 7th grade, it's more chemistry and biology based. So their projects are more based on like biology, assistive devices, even doing a little bit of a whodunit murder mystery. And then when it gets to 8th grade, they talk about more forces and more of the physics stuff. So they do like Newton's laws with cars, to more social projects, and their final culminating project at the end of their 8th grade year is what have they learned in all of their classes throughout their whole middle school career, and doing a museum exhibit that way.
How hands-on do they get then for their STEM, their 8th grade year?
Well, for the STEAM projects, they get very hands-on at the very
Okay.
end when they're creating the museum.
Got it.
STEAM itself is a project that they do in each grade level
Okay.
during the STEAM time. STEM is a separate class.
Okay.
So in STEM class, we do different projects. And so I recently got a grant. And so with that grant, through TSIN, which is the Tennessee Network, the Innovative Network, they are allowing us to get some grant money. So we wanted to create a pollinator garden, because we are what's considered a desert out there, because it's just grassland.
Okay.
So we decided to create a pollinator garden, and with that, we are going to have some benches and an area, not just for our school, but for the community. But that's just one aspect of what we do in STEM. We do different little projects. We recently created tiny houses. They had to build a tiny house, and then they had to make like real estate flyers to sell their tiny house. And we're working on the garden a lot right now, but we're also about to do pop-up shops. So they have to actually create their own product, their own logos, and then they're actually going to have to sell them. And I mean, we'll pretend sell them, but
But still getting that experience to sell. I think what I'm fascinated with, like we've had the pleasure and the honor to, go to all of the high schools here in Rutherford County to see what they're doing. But by visiting our middle school here, they're doing a lot of what high schoolers are already doing. So it's like they're getting a leg up in a way.
Yeah. So the purpose of our STEAM, we wanted with our STEAM designation is that we wanted our students to have 21st century skills, so that when they got to high school, it wasn't something new that they were learning there, that they have been building it from the time they're 11, 12 years old, all the way up till when they're adults. So that they are communicating and they're collaborating and they're working with other people, but then also putting their application of their science and their ELA and math skills into all aspects of their life. So it's very real life scenarios that they're trying to problem solve. So we're really trying to build problem solvers and good citizens than just a student that can regurgitate information.
I love that viewing good citizens too. I know we have students behind us working. Let's talk about the students over behind you, Stephanie. What are they working on right now?
So these are our 7th grade students. Our current 7th grade STEAM project is to build an assistive device for students who have neurological conditions. And they are just trying to figure out how to adapt or to change something that already exists, like a hairbrush or a toy, that will allow students that have those neurological or physical disabilities to be able to access the same thing that we would be able to.
What do you hear from parents when they, find out what their kids are learning here in the classroom?
A lot of times they're really surprised. They're like, I would have never done that in middle school. And so they are really amazed with the capabilities of their students, because they are bright individuals. And so it's just kind of nice to be able to see how more mature they are than I feel like I was when I was in middle school.
100%. Well, let's talk about the girls behind you.
So they're working on some plants and talking about the pollinators, and they've been helping with the beds that are down here on the floor that we're creating. I was lucky enough to work with Miss Minner, and she is our librarian. So talking about like cross-curricular and doing everything, we tried to do a lot of research and have the students get into the library, research the pollinators, research the plants to really kind of get a better understanding of why we were doing the project and the purpose of the project. And so that's been really great because they have had to do writing as well as draw blueprints and everything else for that too.
How surprised are you with some of the questions that your 8th graders come to you with?
A lot of good questions, like really good ideas, and sometimes you're like, okay, well wait, we could do that, we could change that, we could come up with a new way to do something. And then even when we have been working on this garden, we realized there were some things that didn't work exactly like we wanted them to, and so we had to change things around. So they have lots of good questions. They're really inquisitive. We recently on Monday went to the Discovery Center on a field trip, and we did that as part of our activity to go along with the garden, and they had some really great questions. And one of my students that's behind us, she really got into catching fish with her net. We actually got into the creek in boots, and she was scooping up fish and picking up fish, and she was like, I think I want to be a marine biologist. So it was all about careers and talking about environmental careers as well.
Okay, by the raise of the hand, which oh, okay, just curious. That's incredible. What do you hope for your students as this continues on, these classes continue on here at Christiana Middle School?
I want them to be able to look outside the box and be able to recognize that there are many opportunities that are outside of being a nurse or a doctor or a teacher. I want them to be able to know that they can do hard things and that it's okay to be different and to help other people. That's one of my biggest pieces of STEAM, is to have that empathy piece so that we are trying to change the world for the better. So that's what I really hope for them.
How do you also teach that, the empathy and the community kindness and support? How do you teach that in your classes?
Just giving them the opportunity to be empathetic and to show them, give them situational awareness. With this particular project, last week we did an empathy station where they were given a specific physical ailment or a disability that they had to kind of empathize with, where they had to either only use their upper body to transfer from one chair to another to simulate paralysis, or like speech apraxia, where they weren't able to use all their words that they know. So it's just being able to give them opportunities so they can show their empathy, if that makes sense.
And then kind of put them in other people's shoes.
Right, okay.
As well, like when we were talking about environmental, I'm big into environmental stuff, and so I wanted to bring that into my classroom and wanted them to be able to get out into the dirt, like literally we were in the mud today. And I think that's really important because they need to understand it's important to be a good steward to your land. And then when we did our tiny houses, we were focused on tiny homes that were affordable to people because the housing market is, making it difficult for everybody to own a home.
We also like to include our community partners, and that's where we rely heavily on our community partners of people who are in the industries that we're working with so that they can come share their experience in there.
Who are some of your community partners?
So this last week we just had Miss Hunt from Special Kids who came to talk to our 7th graders about assistive devices. We've had MTSU come to talk to us about concrete management before. Nissan comes multiple times a year to talk to us about just car safety and wheels and axles. We've also had the TBI come talk to our students about forensics and the analysis that way, so it's really cool.
By some chance, I know so many people are seeing this show and this episode. If you have someone out there that they're like, hey, we'd like to be a community partner there with Christiana Middle School, how do they reach you?
My email is jones@rcschools.net. And then I'm sure that our principal, Dr. Kyle Nix, you can reach out to as well.
Give your email once more.
jones@rcschools.net. And then Dr. Nix's email is nixk@rcschools.net.
So if you'd like to be a community partner here for Christiana Middle School, they are open to that. Thank you both for doing what you do for your students here, the 6th through 8th graders that come through the doors and your classes. This is incredible, absolutely amazing. Keep up the great work. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Again, students here, the 6th through 8th graders, lucky kids, I tell you. Thanks so much for joining us here as we've journeyed through Rutherford County for What's Cool in School for this 2nd season. Maybe there'll be a 3rd, who knows? As always, thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.